Hey guys, welcome to my film channel. My name is Stephen. This is my girlfriend Nico alongside me.
This is my film channel. What you on about? This is my guest, Stephen McInerney. He is my boyfriend.
Hostile takeover. Anyway, if you're new to this channel, you probably not. You probably come from my football channel. Essentially, we're going to try and review some films every now and then on here and take a more informal kind of chat, more informal approach to reviewing the film. Now, we've just got back from the Great Northern in Manchester watching Detective Pikachu, and if we're being honest, actually, I'll play a trailer. Go trailer.
I'm your best bet. We're gonna do this, you and me.
There's magic that brought us together, and that magic is called hope.
Isn't it adorable, that trailer? Isn't it lively? Isn't it fun? Hasn't it got great music? Well, I only played 6 seconds of it. Annoyingly, this film was just
crap.
Okay. It wasn't crap.
It was crap.
It was okay. No, it wasn't crap. Crap's I think it was a little bit better than Venom, and that was like average. You know, I'd say.
I think I enjoyed Venom more.
Maybe it wasn't crap. Crap's like I don't know, like some Spider-Man 3. Remember Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire when he was all like
emo.
That's crap. This was better than that. In general, there's got to be some spoilers here. So just if you've not watched the film and you don't want to see any spoilers, just disappear now. And then you're here still, so you haven't seen the film, or you have seen the film and you don't care about spoilers. Generally, this film, from context, I was really excited about this film. You were as well, weren't you?
Yeah,
because
it's our childhood.
It's our childhood. Even though I have lapsed, I guess, in terms of Pokemon, which is actually a familiar theme during the film, I would say, in terms of lapsing away from Pokemon as you get older and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I've not been near a game since the first generation stuff. I was really excited by this, mainly because Ryan Reynolds is piss funny. It looks adorable. Go on.
Quick question.
You always say quick question.
I've always got a quick question. What colour was your Game Boy? And which Pokemon did you play?
Do you know what? I emulated the games. I didn't actually have a Game Boy until... I didn't play it on the Game Boy. I actually played it on a PC emulator.
Is that because you're old?
No, it's because I was... Yeah, maybe actually. No, it's around my time. Pokemon's been out for like 30 years, something like that, so... Maybe, something like that. Anyway.
Mine was a Game Boy Colour, and it was a tinted purple one, but like a see-through.
Yeah, no, I had that as well. I had a Game Boy Colour.
One.
I actually had that, so maybe I did play it on there. But anyway, back to the film.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, film review apparently. But yeah, essentially, you can see why this meant a lot to us in general. And I felt like it was obviously a film with kids. Now I think, obviously there was nods to an adult audience because of Ryan Reynolds, but it did feel quite childish, didn't it?
It kind of pushed what should have been the audience away. So, like, I get it was kind of like a film that you could take kids to that will give you kind of nostalgia, but... Nostalgia. But it just completely, like, missed the mark.
The things that were good about this film is it looked beautiful. The Pokemon, the world, magic. Like,
they got the hardest thing.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Like, you know the bit Sonic got wrong in the trailer? They breezed this. Like, honestly, like, Rhyme City, it looked beautiful, didn't it? In terms of, like, obviously there was loads of character, loads of kind of charm, and the Pokemon designs.
It was really cool, but you were saying on our way back, it felt like even though they had this amazing world and they did that world really well, it fell completely flat and it didn't feel lively. Yeah,
like I felt like I wanted it to be like just bristling with life. And what did I compare it to? Walking Home. It was something a film essentially where I wanted it to feel like full of life and charm and really kind of like energetic. But even though there was some good jokes, they didn't all hit. There was some nice moments. It was funny in places. Other than Ryan Reynolds, really. Tim was likeable-ish, the main character.
Yeah, he didn't have enough personality, though.
I feel like they needed to push his neurotic nature a little bit more, really, in general. And sadly, the supporting cast I thought was pretty poor.
Very poor.
I can't remember her name. Lucy Stevens was the character, wasn't it?
The girl was just so wooden.
She reminded me of the girl from Scott Pilgrim. What's her name? But a really B-Tech version, if we're being honest. It was a bit poor version of her. Like, what's her name? You know,
she was trying like really hard to be like kooky and cool, and
she didn't have the charisma to pull it off.
No, she didn't.
She seemed like a nice lady, I'm sure she is, but the character wasn't well written enough, or she couldn't quite pull off the kind of edgy, kind of like deadpan humour and stuff anywhere near as much as I guess maybe being around Ryan Reynolds.
Psyduck was a better actor.
Psyduck was great. I like Psyduck.
Yeah, Psyduck was great.
There was some adorable Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. I did see some I didn't recognise. Plenty
and
of actually, but
can we stop putting Rita Ora in films?
I didn't realise it was her.
She plays a scientist in it, and she's only on the screen for about 2 minutes, but she's just
They did
bad.
so many teasers, essentially, in the film. Once again, big spoiler, but you've already gone past that point here. They have a serum called the R serum, and I swear that was going to be Team Rocket. Like, where was Meowth and Team Rocket? Do you think they've saved some characters for like, maybe for a second film, stuff like that? Because there's no wheezing, coughing, Ekans, Arbok and all those kind of ones, and no Meowth, and essentially I was expecting a little bit of that. The story in itself, the concept behind the story, it wasn't too bad a concept. It was just obviously written with kids in mind, and there was so much exposition, it was unbelievable. In terms of, you're going to do this now because this has happened, and I'm saying what I've just said. There's a lot of that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And it dumbed it down a little bit.
It started off really well, though. So it started off with...
Yeah, I love the first scene with a Cubone and stuff like that.
Cubone, yeah, he was really cute, and kind of like, that gave a really good sense of this is what you remember as a kid.
I thought it'd be more nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't play on it enough.
That whole thing of a guy, just like two lads there, two mates in a field, just trying to capture a Pokemon. I think maybe I pined a little bit more for the normal, like, obviously it was a big bombastic film, it had a big explosive ending and a world-changing event kind of thing. I wish it was a little bit more low-key. You know what I mean by that? In terms of, I wish it was a bit more down-to-earth, and like, it obviously climaxed. The ending was poor, if we're being really honest. It was genuinely... Like, I enjoyed it more than I'd say you did.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a bad film. I honestly don't think it was a bad film. I think it's a very, very average film, which for a film of a game is pretty successful, really, these days. I just wanted it to be a little bit more fun, a bit more playful, a bit more Guardians of the Galaxy in tone, I would say.
Yeah, a bit more warm.
A bit more warm. Like, all the songs in the trailers were fantastic, but they weren't there, really, were they?
No, I don't think so. They had like Rita Ora's one that she wrote for the film at the end, and it's just...
In terms of highlights, a very sad and lonely Pikachu at one point singing the Pokemon theme tune.
Yeah, that was great. That was like the best bit.
Oh, you're my best friend.
Yeah,
it's good. There was little bits as well in terms of like the plot devices where, once again, we've gone past the spoiler territory. The idea that, obviously Ryan Reynolds is actually his dad. I mean, that was really telegraphed from the first moment to the end. It was massively telegraphed, and his little things. You think, well, how didn't he realise and recognise the voice? And he never really explained the voice thing, unless I missed something there.
No,
it didn't attempt to explain.
Unless, like he said, unless we completely missed it, it's just kind of like, well, and it shows at the end, doesn't it? So Mewtwo, obviously, in his takeover phase, he puts all the Pokemon and the people together, their partners together, but then they don't end up being able to speak.
No,
in English. They're all speaking Pokemon still.
I want to see a bit more of that as well. Like, I want to see the Pokemon say their names a bit more. I swear in the cartoons, Bulbasaur's like Bulbasaur, and they're making adorable little kind of noisy little noises. That's on the internet now for the world to see. But in general, I wanted to see a little bit more than that. Like, it didn't really sense.
You do get a couple of Pika.
They're cute, aren't they? Cute. Your heart melts when you see that. I think you realise immediately, as soon as his little hat comes off and you see him being Pikachu a bit more, you're like, oh, that's so cute. You want a bit more of that. It was a film that had so much promise in terms of, it had obviously Ryan Reynolds, he was great in terms of deadpan. He was very funny. It had obviously a beautiful world and a good concept. The Mr. Mime scenes were very good. I must give that. They were very good. They were actually a bit of a highlight, really.
But that was the first act of the film. Was amazing.
The second act was a bit meandering, and the third act was just a bit like
disappointing.
It was essentially, the third act was written so kids could follow it and they wouldn't get bored. Where I feel like it's not brave enough to be a little bit more low key, but they've got to make more Pokemon films. That's almost a guarantee because it's obviously worked. It'll obviously be a massive success. I don't know how they're going to go over it because the whole like Pikachu talking thing sells a lot of plot narratives. How did they do that again? Like without?
Oh yeah.
Like how did they do a second film? Like without? Like in general, you can't have constantly talking Pokemon, or can you? Because it just seems a bit worn thin, that idea already by the end of one film. It was a decent film. It wasn't a terrible. I don't think it was a terrible film. I don't think it was just. It was I'd underwhelming.
I'd say prepared to go and be disappointed. But if you fancy a day out, and cinema tickets are not expensive,
it's worth noting. If you're a bigger Pokemon fan than we are, in terms of if you know the new generation Pokemon, there is something to be said, like just watching it, like Pokemon Snap, where you're like, oh, there's that Pokemon, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because
there's a lot, wasn't there, that we knew that I didn't recognise, like the Panda one, and
even I've seen some from the trailer and stuff like that, but I didn't know them and stuff.
Ditto was a little bitch.
Ditto is a little bitch, but Ditto's quite cute actually. The little weird video things and stuff in general, the Charizard and the Charmander. There was little bits like where it showed Charmander in the world and he was using his tail to like a walk and stuff like that.
Like a little street food.
Yeah, I wanted to see more than that. Yeah,
because that's what they did really well. they had a glimpse of what like the world with Pokemon was like,
which you wanted to be in. Definitely.
And you really wanted to like be in that and have them play on that, but they kind of just go, oh, you've seen a glimpse of it, now we're just going to take you to a really rubbish storyline.
Yeah, it's just a very, very... There's no emotion really to it, to be honest. There is, I mean, if you don't expect the very obvious twist, the ridiculously obvious twist, then maybe it might be quite emotional, but I don't think any characters really sold it. Either way, it isn't a bad film, and if you are a big Pokemon fan and you do have your fancy having your nostalgia buds tickled in general, which is a weird weird analogy there, I would probably mildly recommend it in those caveats. Just don't expect loads. I reckon they've got a decent world there to build on, and I think we'll see a little bit more from that world in general, rightfully so, because Pika does look adorable, to be fair to him, and it was an okay film. Anyway, any final thoughts before we go?
Just rate it out of 10, maybe, or 5.
To me, it's
how many popcorns?
How many popcorns out of 5? It's somewhere between 2.5 and 3.
Same, agree.
Yeah, it's like, I don't... 2.5... I'd give it 6 out of 10. That's what I would give it.
I'd say if 2's Transformers... You know, the one with Megan Fox in.
That's 1, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, that is 1, actually.
Yeah, there's some bad films that we've seen. Either way, it's a very, very passable film. But still, it's a positive step in the world of games. Anyway, thank you for watching this review. If you want to see Nicola on these videos more a little bit, by the way, just chatting, because... Like, no, please not. One question. In general, let us know in the comments.
Quick question.
That's it. Let us know in the comments what you made of this film, you've seen it to, and if you want to see Nicola back on here. And we'll do more of these kind of little casual reviews if you're a fan of these kind of things. Anyway, my name is Stephen. This is my girlfriend Nicola, the beautiful one in this relationship. Hope you enjoyed the Pokemon film. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you soon.